around 2001. I was a deputy sheriff in a rural county west of Washington, D.C. About 8:30 at night, I was on patrol with an animal disturbance call. Unknown disturbance, possibly a bear. Took me probably about 25 minutes to get it. It was on a rural end of the county, on a gravel road. It was a trailer, pretty isolated. The next trailer was probably a quarter mile away. There was a motion sensor light right in the driveway when I pulled up. Someone stepped on the porch. Gentleman, probably in his late 40s. Tattoos all over. He seemed like a very, very tough individual. He was very afraid. He let me know that probably 20, 30 minutes ago and probably an hour and a half ago, they had something come on their porch. It was one of those little step-up porches, probably like 2 step-up porches to the trailer. And it was knocking on the door, banging on the door, and it was scratching along the trailer. It had this like vinyl metal kind of siding. You could see there was some scratches. They weren't anything real deep, but there were some horizontal and vertical scratches. So basically, I already had my gun. I had a Remington 870. If I figured it was a bear, I was going to be safe about it. So the way his trailer is, I started walking around it. It's 8:30 night. It's pretty clear. The moon's out. Don't hear, don't see anything. But what's really weird is I don't hear, and I mean I don't hear anything, which was kind of spooky in itself. His trailer is parallel to a wooded area, a wood line that goes, I would say maybe not quite a quarter of a mile, but a good distance out. I hear a crunching noise. I flash my light over to the woods. I don't see anything at all. I continue to hear the crunching noise. All of a sudden, I see something. It's large and it's black. And it's very black and it's very tall. I flash the light on it and try to get an idea of what it even is. It's walking away from me parallel to the woods. I couldn't believe how tall it was. I thought maybe it was a bear. This thing, on my guesstimate from 45 feet away, was about 8 feet tall. It had very, very large proportions. I remember it had a big head. First I thought maybe that's a bear head. I flipped my light down. It had like bow-legged, like a dog's legs, the back of the legs of a dog. And I looked it up. Its waist was tapered. And I didn't run, but I walked a little faster. This thing wasn't even running. It was walking, but it was not huge strides, but it was walking. And I lit up the side of it. I noticed it had an elongated snout. I couldn't see any eyes. I saw the longest forearm I have ever seen in my entire life that extended from the body. And it had like claws that were like curled up. I could see them from 40-some feet away. I was so scared. It was just nothing registered to me. I was like, this is not what I'm seeing. I had my shotgun right on it in my left hand with the flashlight under the shotgun, possibly to shoot this thing, but it kept going away from me. I called out to it, tried to yell. It just didn't even speed up or move. I actually started to walk a little bit stupidly towards the wood line. I dropped the light off it for a second. I didn't see it. I got out of the wood line, and I'm not ashamed to say I ran backwards out of the wood line. I went over between the house and the wood line and tried to catch my breath. I was trying to take 2 and 2 together, what I saw. I was shaking. I decided what I was going to tell this guy. I went up to his trailer. I knocked on the door. Didn't even need to knock on the door. He opened it right up. He goes, "Did you see it?" I said, "I heard something. It's probably just a bear. It was leaving. Best thing you can do is keep your animals inside. Don't come out the rest of the night. I'm going to notify the game wardens, and I'll also notify our animal control. I left the shift coming on, aware of the situation. I didn't see it, but I heard it. So obviously it's probably just a bear, but it was going away from your property." He had it wasn't a bait pile or anything like that, but he had an area with some garbage and stuff into the yard. And I told him in the future you might want to clean that up so it doesn't attract other animals. So I told my dispatcher I didn't, know what to say. I'm not going to say it's a deer. I'm not going to say it's a bear. I said it's GOA, which basically means going on arrival. Put my gun back in the vehicle. At that time, we put him in the trunk. I sat in the car, and I shook. And I felt really nauseous. And I just got out of there. I remember leaving. And I can't even describe it. Like I said, I've been through critical incidences where I've almost been killed before, and I've never, ever felt fear like that. It's nothing you could even describe. It goes right through you. It's I don't know. It never turned its head. What I do remember, it was extremely dark, like almost absorbing. Our flashlights at the time were not very bright, like the lights nowadays. But I remember I noticed one ear sticking up. I couldn't get the other side of the face, and I knew it had a snout. And it was a long snout, without exaggeration, between probably 6 and 8 inches long. It's nothing you could even describe.